land of the dead.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Uncharted Collection, Drake's Fortune, Brutal Difficulty Walkthrough. This is chapter 14, Going Underground, and this is not a hard chapter actually, and it's a pretty short one, as you can see by 7 minutes of it. We just have a couple of fights. I think this one is the hardest one of all three, but it's not really that hard at all. Like, you're going to see me end it by being aggressive, and you're going to say, being aggressive in Brutal, what the fuck are you doing? But the thing is that with these guys that are kind of armored, you have to become a little more aggressive. I don't mean that in every single fight, especially this one, which is this is the first fight that we're going to have in the church. This is not the church fight that I was mentioning all over the walkthrough. That's one by the end of the game. Now I can safely say, I can kind of announce that I've ended the game. If you check my Twitter, it's not gonna be my last tweet because I tweeted it like I'm recording this a few days later, but I just posted the picture of me getting the trophy for Brutal difficulty, so that means that I ended the game. And I'm not going to comment about the end because the end is, Jesus Christ, is horribly designed on Brutal difficulty. It's so bad, it's really so bad. But you beat it by just trying a lot, like trying a lot, and you're actually going to see me develop a strategy in the end that I didn't thought it was actually possible when I played on crushing, because when you play on crushing, the game actually, crushing is a well-designed difficulty. It's not actually, I mean, yes, you can die really quickly, but you can also, if you take care of yourself and use most of the same strategies that I use here, like the cover and aiming with a reticle outside and stuff like that, you can survive most of it. I mean, I rushed through crushing to get to Brutal, and but the ending sequence, Jesus Christ, there is a part when you have to actually do a quick time event, and then you are instantly killed, and I'm going to feature all of those skills. I'm going to show you how badly designed that ending part. That was nowhere near as tested. That was not tested, guys. I can confirm it right now. That was not tested. I don't think Brutal difficulty was really tested. And I was watching Seraphim17, one of these videos that is doing with Transformers Devastation, and something that he said, I don't remember what he was talking actually about. I think he was talking about the difficulty of Magnus and Prime of that game, but something that he said resonated with me because I was playing on Brutal while I was watching him, and he said that all the developers, I'm sure I'm going to not say the exact words, but all the developers that actually design these games and their difficulties should be able to get through all the sequences of the game. Basically, all the developers should be able to get through the game at least once. And we all know that's not the reality, right? Like the developers, I mean, I worked as a quality assurance when I was really young. I was a beta tester of games, and I beta tested some important games, like Saboteur of Ubisoft. Remember that one? That was actually a nice game, and I actually beta tested a lot of Electronic Arts games. I don't want to say how many games I beta tested because that was an actual work that I was doing, and I was under contract about not divulging anything. I'm not under contract now. I don't want to talk about it because that was the last game, that was the last job that I ever wanted to have beta testing, because it made me realize how much little effort went into beta testing the games. Until you don't actually have a job where you have to talk to developers, like the developers of these games that I'm talking about now, that they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a single fuck about the games. I detected a lot of bugs. I called them, I talked to them, I said how to recreate the environment to recreate the bug, and then when the games were released, I saw that my bugs were still there. So there was no end to the frustration of having to talk to developers, because in reality, I'm not saying that this is a generalization. I'm not saying that all developers do this, but in my experience with Electronic Arts specifically, as a publisher, I was like, you have no idea. Like, the developers, they don't give a fuck. They sometimes tell you that they don't care about that bug that you detected, or you realize that you are working towards nothing. Because I actually love games, and I wanted the people that were going to play the games after all the beta testing ended. We work with groups, of course, so I'm talking with myself and my group. We really wanted, I mean, at least I really wanted that people that were going to actually play the game didn't encounter these horrible bugs, and some of them got in the final versions of the game and then were patched later, but we actually detected them and we told the developers about them. So there you can see how little of actual job they do in beta testing. They don't do anything in beta testing. They program the game, and sometimes the games came out with game-breaking bugs, like Metal Gear 5 had already 2 bugs that could corrupt your saves and ruin 100 hours of gameplay or 50 hours of gameplay, and that's unacceptable. And back then those bugs didn't exist because we fixed them, and those were priorities. But right now, in the industry that is right now, those bugs are not even priorities, or they don't even get detected because the quality assurance team is horrible, or the developer team is just not giving a fuck, or the publishers tell the developers to not give a fuck, like it happened with Battlefield 4. So I guess that's all I'm going to say about that horrible job, and we'll see each other, guys, in chapter 15. Take care.